It's your boy Max Reno with Maxamillonboxing. It is. We got my brother 4-5, Blackbird 4-5 or 4-5, Microwave Dreams. What it is, 4-5? What that shit do, man? How you doing, brother?
Y'all know what it is today, man. Great day for boxing news and all that jazz info and all that good stuff. I think it's a good time to start.
Oh
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
most definitely, man. And shit, who you got, man? Who you got? Who you leaning towards this motherfucking fight?
Everybody knows what it is. Y'all know what they know about them Texas boys, man. Lions only. We going Spence all day. Spence with the I know a lot of folks don't look at it in this light, but I always go by boxer's pedigree. And that's like strength of schedule, man. If it ain't, if your strength of schedule says you mocked up somebody else mocked up, hey, man, you might not be who you say you are. We just gonna see how this plays out here in a minute, though. I want to see
Hey,
it
but
myself, but
do you agree that it's a 50-50?
it's a 50-50.
Yeah, do you
No,
agree that it's a 50-50 fight?
no, no, no. It ain't 50-50. You
That
mean
is
for
50.
nah? Cause again, I feel like I feel like Spence's the schedule. I mean, not his schedule, but you know what I'm saying. Like Spence's uh boxing, like his wins, losses, his record. You know what I'm saying. The people that he done fought up against. It's way more competition in his boxing background than it is with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like basically saying like, I mean, I okay, if you want to base the who is that?
But
You want to base well, no, not Bud, but the fight where they had both of the niggas and fought the same dude.
that was
You know what I'm talking about? Porter, Sean
yeah,
Porter.
Sean
If
Porter,
you want
yeah.
to base it off of that, I mean,
You can't though. But go
you
ahead.
can't really, you really can't base it off of that. But if you want to look, even in those two fights right there, right?
Hmm.
Everybody knows they all agree. Even Sean Porter said it. He wasn't the same fighter in the second fight, but this
Nah,
is
he
what we
wasn't.
know.
His
If
daddy,
he
Sean
wasn't
Porter, daddy said it that he didn't
right,
train like he wanted him to train.
right. That's what I'm saying. We all know that that's what the deal is, right? So if he says that, then you do agree that Crawford was losing that fight. He was
Nah, he
losing
was.
till
Nah, he was
he was
losing that
losing
fight up to the 6-7 round. He was losing all them
till they
rounds.
told him he was losing it.
He said, I am for
Yeah.
real. All right.
hmm
I
And then
respect the dog in him. Yeah.
we can say he turned it up after that. That's fine. But if that wasn't full Sean Porter for 6 rounds, because what we got with Sean Porter and Earl Spence was a real Sean Porter. There was a dog in him, but he
Yeah.
got popped. He was
Earl
getting
was
popped.
Earl was losing that fight, bro. Up to a
He
certain
was
point.
losing it. He was losing it in
He was
certain
in he
parts
was
of the
never
fight.
out of the fight. He was in the fight, but he was losing the fight.
The entire time, I say he lost certain parts of the fight. He might have lost a round or two, but for the majority, Earl. Plus, two, man. Look, it's a lot to be said that in a ring where a dude he had to hunt Porter down most of the time. Porter's back was against the ropes most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like
We all know
even if
Porter
they was in the
back foot though. Anyway,
well,
going back,
yeah,
problem going backwards. Shout out to Porter though. You can't. I can't take nothing away from Porter though. Ain't nothing
nothing
bad
away
to
from
say
Porter,
about him. Yeah, he a dog, a
nothing
real
bad
dog.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
But
but
even when
yeah.
we looking at all that, you know what I'm saying? I'm going off of the pedigree, like I said. I love them both. I don't want to see either one of them lose, but somebody's old got to go.
Somebody's got to
And this is
go.
for all the belts, right?
All the
This is all the
motherfucking
belts.
straps. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
I mean,
Terrence
there's a
Crawford
lot
would
of
be
them.
the first male to be undisputed in two different weight classes. Clarissa Shields. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. Black strong woman. First, she created history, man. Uh, she is the first undisputed champion, male or female, in two different weight classes. Bud will be the second. He'll be the first male.
Well, that's if
If
Bud beats.
if he
Yeah,
wins.
that's a big if.
Earl
That's a
Spence.
big if.
See, Earl Spence, he would be the first undisputed at 147. And you gotta give Spence his motherfucking props. A lot of motherfuckers don't really know. That nigga had to go to each boxer to collect each belt. He didn't just get in the motherfucking game and fight a motherfucker for all the titles. No, that nigga had
No,
to go to each
he built
person
up.
to snatch each belt to get where he's at.
That's that's my point. That's my point right there. He had to build his way up all the way through 147 to get to where he's at. He didn't
Come
just
on, man.
walk in and people hand shit to him. You know
See,
what I'm saying?
like I know
Every,
4-5. We both been in the trenches with this boxing, martial arts. You know what I'm saying? We both do it all. At the same time, you know the motherfucking difference between the two.
hmm There's a big difference, man. And a lot of people don't want to give these cats the credit that they do. You know, I give it to Crawford. I definitely do, but
Got to. He
you
knocked out.
have to.
He fought 7 fights at welterweight 147. I think it was seven
But
fights. He knocked all of them out.
but one thing that we know,
Allegedly,
Earl
I don't
been
know.
the
Don't
truth.
quote me wrong, but I think that's what it is. Go ahead, 4-5.
Earl been the truth though. There ain't nothing you can say about that. That he been the truth. He been that way. He walked in, he said it's what he was gonna do, and he doing it. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that we have to look at is too, regardless of what happened, this whole entire time when Earl could have been fighting other people, he was preparing for this Crawford fight. This entire
Well,
time.
that's what a lot of
Everybody
people fail to
thinks
realize that. I don't know if you've seen the interview with his sister. Earl Spence said
mm,
his sister said that dude been in camp since his last fight, which was with who?
who
Who
was
was
his
his
last
last
fight?
fight?
Ugas?
Ugas, yeah.
Was it Ugas?
Yeah. That he been in camp since then. Derek
And
James
the
told him
Ugas
at the end of
fight, what man, the thing that kills me about the Ugas fight
what?
is the highlight that everybody likes to show when Ugas pops him and he loses
Mouthpiece.
his
Going
mouthpiece,
around.
right?
Yeah.
And
It's a
even
lot
when
of
he comes
speculation.
out and he right, but when he comes out and he finally tells you, "Oh, this is what was going on, and this is what I was thinking. I thought I lost my teeth and stuff," and he said, "You can even see in the clip when he explains it. This is the thing with Earl. Earl ain't lying to you about shit. He
Nah, he
don't lie
said
to
he
you
didn't want
about
to be
shit.
embarrassed. He didn't want no memes and shit going on. He thought he
He
had
thought he
parchment in
lost
his
his
mouth.
teeth, and
Yeah.
he said
So
when he licked his teeth, when he licked his teeth, he realized he had his teeth And as soon as he says that, what's crazy is how people can stitch these clips now. You know what I'm saying? But there's one out there where you can see as soon as he says that, they stitch the clip, and he does, bro, in the fight. And you go back and you look in the fight, like even in real time, he looks up and he smiles like, "Oh, I got my teeth going to work," and he proceeds to beat this dude's face in. People forget that. I mean, he didn't lose the fight.
At all.
He didn't lose the fight.
At all.
And when you a boxer, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of gotta expect that you're gonna get popped at least once or twice.
Come on, it's
Greatest
boxing. I
defensive
hate when these
fighter.
motherfuckers talk about he get hit too much. Man,
Yeah.
it's boxing. Motherfucker, you gonna get hit. You gotta take a hit to give a hit. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta
Even
that's
even your greatest defensive fighters, Purnell, Floyd, I even give it to Roy. A lot of people don't give it to Roy because Roy was always on his toes. That's he
I
was
hate to
always
say
on
it.
his
I
toes.
hate to say it. You gotta give it to Fury too, though. He the best. If he ain't the first, he the second best defense sounded.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight wise. I know we going off the Richter scale, but yeah.
Yeah. You know who but there's a couple fighters I always go back and I look at, you know what I'm saying? But uh you remember Winky, right?
Wink, you're right. Yeah.
All right. You remember how he had that he had this weird ass shell defense that you really couldn't penetrate. But his problem was that he peek up out of it too much. You know what I'm saying? You remember how he get his eyes cut and
Yeah.
shit is because he be peeking over the top of
He ain't keeping
his
that chin
guard.
down.
Yeah, he trying to keep it down, but he's peeking over the top of it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was a good defense. I just don't know. I always wondered, like, did he ever practice like fighting out of the defense? It never looked like it, but then when you look at Winky too, it was it wasn't often you were seeing him having to go into that shell. You know what I'm saying? So Winky was a cold fighter to me, man. He didn't get a lot of the props he should have got, but he was a
I'm gonna be
cold
honest.
fighter.
I ain't really too hip with him. I'm hip to him, but I'm gonna have to go back and do some homework, honestly, on
Well, the
my end.
reason why,
But
man,
I know he good
you
though. I
remember me?
seen some.
Yeah, you remember me telling you a while ago that like sometimes like fighters don't get a good rap because of the like the commentary that be behind it. You know what I'm saying? Remember I was showing you that shit with Roger Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
Like we literally watched two of the same exact thing, but one the commentator was like in favor of, you know what I'm saying, Roger, but the other one he was clearly in favor of the other fighter,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I remember we was watching that fight. I remember that.
And then when you see like it was like Roger was winning and then he just sits down and he just like gives up. Like he goes to the ring and he doesn't come back out. He goes to the
Yeah.
corner, I mean, and he doesn't come
Yeah.
back out. And it was just like it was like weird as shit. But he
It
was
was some weird
winning.
shit. But he was
Yeah, he
winning.
was
Yeah.
winning. Even though I mean that was the fight, but when you listen to the commentary, I think I'm bringing that up because I feel like Winky he got this type of commentary where it was like he's good, but he's not our diamond baby right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Right.
just fit in, but he wasn't the Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't the Roy Jones. He wasn't the the one that they wanted to put that
Yeah.
machine behind.
That Philly shell, you talking about the Philly shell, or you just talking about overall?
No, I'm just saying overall, they just didn't
Oh,
really want to
okay.
put. They didn't want to put like the hype machine behind Winky Wright. I feel like if he had the hype machine, I don't know if he would have ever lived up to it. But he's just one of them fighters where you have to say, he was there and he made his mark. But I don't know. But anyway, back to Earl and Terrence. I think this is
All
what's
right, man. Yeah, give me your prediction. What's your prediction? This is somewhat sum it up with a prediction. What you think? How it's gonna go down? How it's gonna play out? What you think,
if
man?
it goes all 12 rounds, y'all be looking for Terrence to win this fight.
Damn, that's a
If it
big
goes all
statement.
12.
That's a big statement, 4-5. That's a big statement.
Because it's gonna say something if he goes all 12 rounds with Earl. If they go to the decision cards, it's gonna say a lot more than what. And the only reason why, other than that, even going to the decision cards, I still give it to Errol because Terrence is. This is finna like they just.
All right,
If
let
it
me ask
goes the
you.
way
Let
I'm
me let me
thinking,
ask you. Let me ask you this question, 4-5. You know boxing, nigga. Do you think uh we all know Bud is a switch hitter. Should he stay at Southpaw and only stay at Southpaw? Or should he go orthodox or go to the right hand? Do you think he should fight? If he stay in Southpaw, he's gonna be fighting Spence fight. So what I think,
the switch hitting, yeah.
what you
What
think?
now? I'm just saying. I just think that the switch hitting, all that shit ain't. It shit doesn't matter.
You don't think it matters? You don't think it plays a
Mm,
factor at all?
mm, mm. Not with Earl.
Bud is a switch hitter, so you don't think that plays a factor?
But see that works on people who don't have a solid
Boxing.
defense.
Okay.
And Earl has a very solid defense. It
How he
don't
look?
look like it. He
Yeah.
don't look like it because he ain't doing all the moving around and you
Yeah.
know little flashy and shit with it. But his defense is extremely solid. Look at his fights. When have you seen his face beat up?
Rare,
Earl
very
Spence
rarely.
face
Nah.
very rarely gets beat up. He might get popped, but he very rarely is his face beat up. All his opponents' faces are beat up.
Okay.
That
Do you
says a lot.
agree? Do you agree with the people? A lot of people say that he is a basic A+ fighter. They say
You
Earl is
ever
a basic A+ fighter.
okay, well let's look at it like this, right? You know how in sports, like the dude that's the most fundamentally sound, he's never gonna get the most like looks for any kind of praise, right? Like more recently, they ran through AI, who was really the number one player to come out of the NBA, right? Of course, it went Jordan, but the second one was Tim Duncan, fundamentally sound player,
Right.
guaranteed double double, right? This is what we're talking about with Earl. Fundamentally sound, great to good to great defense, offense impeccable because that shotgun jab is a motherfucker, right? Like I don't know when the last time like Derrick James has his fighters sitting behind that jab like no other. So you got to give it to him on that shit, and it works. It's very effective, you know. And that's not even here's here's what's funny. I seen Earl in the amateurs. This is quiet as kept, and I know for a fact that that boy really ain't what's sad is that he really ain't had to come out his bag much for fighters. And on this one, if he comes out of it any, Terrence got a lot to deal with, man. He got a lot to deal with, bro.
Yeah.
But that's just my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? What you
Time to
think?
play, time to play ball. Hey
Yeah.
man, it's a really 50-50 fight. I feel it can go either motherfucking way, but I'm rocking with Spence, man, the big fish. He ready to boil some crawfish. And he said have a lot of hot sauce. Bud don't eat hot sauce. And he don't even know how Earl even know that. But I think it's either I say later rounds between 8 and 10. I
I don't
believe
go.
Spence. I believe
Yeah.
Spence can get him out of there with a body shot or that chinny chin chin, because we know Crawford is chinny chin chin.
With the way Crawford fights, it won't be a body shot. And
Hey man,
he's gonna have to eat some of them punches, man. But how many of them can he eat? That's the question. That's why I'm saying, man.
you seen
Does
Spence extra muscles? You didn't want to tell me about Spence extra muscles.
Yeah, bro. That's because he been he been in super training, right? And then like if you notice something, like he didn't really bulk up. He didn't like bulk up. It wasn't like you can tell he ain't having to lose a lot of the hype weight. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence does look like he's well, from the beginning. If you look at them pictures with Terrence, like Terrence ain't really that kind of big like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the promotional pictures and shit. Like that's kind of Terrence ain't really that big, and I feel like if he has to go through a lot of weight loss or whatever, it's gonna hurt him. I think it already has a little bit, but at the same time, we're gonna see what we get
Yeah, we gonna see what we gonna get, man.
for sure.
Hey, all right, moving on. Pitbull Cruz versus uh man, I forgot this dude's name. I got it. I did it. Uh
It's
I did
Pitbull
some
Cruz
research.
all day though.
Man, I watched this dude uh fight. Hold on, man. I got this dude name. I'm trying to find his name. He fighting damn, I had it too. But anyway, I watched this dude fight 4-5. We do the homework on the dude he fighting. Man, he windmilling. He fight like a damn girl. He got the you know how Thurman was trying to talk about Pacquiao with the that's how he fight.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see.
he
We're gonna
said he
see.
go he said he gonna box Pitbull. Oh, his name is
I
Cabrera. Cabrera. Pitbull Cruz versus Cabrera.
I think Pitbull Cruz. What's he at? 130, 135,
135.
130.
135.
Oh he's at 135.
Yeah.
Him and Davis didn't meet at 130.
Uh I don't know. We gotta go to the drawing board and find that out. That I think it was at 145. I mean 135.
I could have sworn he was at 130, but it's all good. Um, he's a. I don't see anybody getting past Pitbull Cruz for a while. You know what I mean? I really don't.
Hey, Pitbull Cruz got a chin too.
Yeah, And like I said, I don't see anybody getting past him for a while. And if he's at 135, that means Shakur Stevenson ain't finna. Like, I don't see a lot of people running into this dude. He can lose fights because his style can have him lose fights if a boxer gets really on his wheels. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But
see. The thing is, now we on your boy Shakur. Shakur ain't fought no pressure fighter like Pitbull, so we don't know how that's gonna play out, react, nothing.
that's what.
That's like a Castillo Mayweather. That's like a Madonna Mayweather fight right there.
Yeah, that's what's funny too. Um, if you notice in 130 and 135, there's really not anybody who's faced any pressure fighter like Cruz but Javante.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody. But speaking of Shakur, you think him and Cambosis is gonna go ahead and go at it like they was jacking too, or what you think is
Hey,
up with that?
Shakur ain't scared of no damn body, man.
Nah, for sure. I already know that. He's my secret weapon at 135. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna take. He's gonna take his time, but I think he gets all the belts at 135, then makes a
Check
grand
this out.
entrance into 140.
Check this. Look at this shit, 4-5.
1 minute in,
Look
and
at this
2
shit. Hold on.
knockdowns scored by Cabrera.
Right there. Oh, he hurt. Look at that. Oh, he
This
hurt.
is
He's off
Pitbull
balance.
He
opponent.
hurt. He is
Trying to
hurt.
punch
Look
back,
how he
instead he goes
swing,
down
bro.
for the 3rd time.
Check this. Roach is off balance. You know, his equilibrium was off. No doubt about it. He was hurt by the first
Come
shot.
on, bro.
Single round.
4-5.
Obviously at the 10-7
You
round.
see how he swing, bro?
The fighter, Cabrera is the type of fighter that takes the air out of the ball.
Yeah,
You know, I would call him AKA Bill Belichick. You know, this guy is a southpaw. Right now, he's
Come
shooting to
on.
Tron, as he has said, I've had over 50 rounds with Pacquiao. He considers Pacquiao one of his ultimate. Now Whitaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's a counterpuncher at heart. That's what he is. Just, he likes to wait for his opponent to move.
Look at this shit,
punches and
4-5.
bunches.
Well, and he's beating him. You know, if he gets through this right distance at the right time. Oh,
It's punches and
See a
bunches,
logo
man.
complaining with Cabrera saying, let me take advantage.
Hey, 4-5. He ain't got shit from
then moving
Pitbull,
and
right?
punches at different angles, slapping you.
I don't know, man.
That's not normal.
Illinois, because he moved there with his family when he was 10. He was born in Seattle. He was raised most of his early years in Mexico. His father.
It's an easy way to weaken your opponent, throwing them on the ground white
Tell me when to
fatigue,
stop,
and also
4-5.
buy yourself some time to
Yeah, you can stop it now, man.
Deduction for excessive holding. That happened in round number 6.
You're gonna stop it now, bro.
All right.
Giovanni El Cabron.
Yeah, I think he's he well, they said it. I mean, I didn't know he was fighting, but he's a dude that been in the did a lot of sparring with Pacquiao. Well, they said he spent 50 rounds in the ring with Pacquiao. But I don't know about that. I know Pernell Whitaker gave him some tips through the years and shit, and I don't think that pity pat shit is gonna work with Pitbull.
Nah, that shit ain't gonna work, bro.
But if he stays on his wheel, the way he fights for points, man. So it could work if Pitbull
Man,
doesn't learn from his previous mistakes of
that
overcommitting and shit.
motherfucker getting knocked. That motherfucker getting his ass knocked out, man.
He could.
And that's for sure, bro.
We don't know, man. We'll see. We'll definitely see on that.
Hey,
I
last
think
but
it's
not
gonna be
least,
a good fight.
hey, we gonna do a reaction to this bitch real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna surprise you. You put me up on game. Oh shit, you put me on game about this one. This was this shit here. Oh, that bitch don't want to play, huh? Let's go to the next one, huh? They don't want to play for me. There we go. Hey, that was a slap, 4-5. He ain't punching. That was a slap, 4-5. Bam. Yeah.
All right, is that Jamal? Was that Jamal or Jamel? Which one was that? Was that Jamal or Jamel?
Let me see. I don't know. Let me see.
Isn't Jamal the one at the lower weight class that has all the belts? And then Jamel is the one that's about to fight Canelo?
I think so, fool. I think so, bro.
I think that might have been Jamal. Jamal is the more flashy one.
No. I say Jermel Charlo. Jermel.
So the one that's fighting Canelo?
Who's fighting Canelo? Let me see.
I think it's Jamel, right?
Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, Jamel. Yep. You're right. Jamel is fighting Charlo. Jamel's the one that got slapped.
So he got slapped and he's fighting Canelo.
Hey, but you see how they didn't want that dog. They didn't want, man. He can't do that to no. Hey man. Hey man. That was some foul play right there, boy. They don't show the before shit. They just want to show that part. That's how they do it. He did.
Well, everybody's gonna say what they gotta say on this, but whether it was a punch or a smack to the face,
a slap is worse, bro. That's disrespect, bro. Don't slap me, bro.
For sure. But what I saw was that he ate it.
Now he ate that bitch and ducked under and is ready to come. I already seen it. He ducked and it's gonna come over with that. And then broke
Hell
yeah.
They not only broke it up, but Caleb Plant did that he did that little hit and run shit. You see how quick he got out the door.
Got
he didn't stay there. He didn't stay there for that. He didn't stay there for that square up.
Nah, he ain't doing none of that, Captain. You know what I'm talking about? None of that.
So
we gonna sum this shit up though. So you going for Bud or you going for Errol, man? What you going for?
I told you from the beginning, man. Yeah. It's all about them Texas boys. All about them Texas boys. Shit. What happened here, man? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely all about them Texas boys. Errol, the Truth Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Crawford, I think he's got a long, long road the hoe. And Earl, barring no funny business and no mess ups, I think this is leaning in his favor. So we're gonna shout this one out to all y'all. Appreciate y'all viewing. Appreciate y'all coming in, checking us out, and everything. And when next we meet, I think we're gonna start talking about these lower weight classes. Does in New Way, does he have a little brother? I don't know. There's a new way in a lower weight class, and I think he's at 118. And meanwhile, this in New Way that just beat Fulton. He's at 122, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 122 he's at. So anyway, you know, Errol Spence over Terrence Crawford. Y'all heard it here first. Maximilian Boxing. We out. You stop it? I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. My laptop wasn't dead. Damn, it was going good. But anyway, but yeah, man. You got Earl, huh? I got Earl.
Oh shit! I ended the damn show, fool.
All right.
I thought you was
Well,
Nah,
all
I
right.
just let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence over Bud Crawford. That's the way I have it. I think, like I said, I think it's a long road to hoe for Terrence Bud Crawford. And barring any funny business, Earl Spence pulls this off. Uh, any off the wall predictions? I would say this. Like I said, if it goes 12 rounds and Bud ain't showing no signs of really getting whipped bad, y'all be ready. This might go in the it might lean towards the old Crawford there.
Hey, 50-50.
But he got to finish them 12 rounds, boy. And them is gonna be some long, hard 12 rounds. Cause he pissed Earl off. And
Oh
there's a
yeah,
lot of emotion going on.
a lot of emotion. Shit,
So
man. It's a Maxamillon boxing with 4-5 microwave dreams. Hey, man, coming soon. You did Tri-Coastal
yeah.
Radio, heavy rotation. Give a big shout out to heavy rotation, man. Make sure y'all tune in on YouTube, man, every Sunday at 2 p.m., which will be tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in with the rhythm of Tri-Coastal Radio. Yeti 45
Yeah,
45.
don't forget Kitty Pink Radio
Yeah,
with
I gotta
Kitty
get that
Pink,
shit. Yeah, Kitty Pink
Coffee with
Radio.
Kitty and Water Roses and all that good shit. And again, Tri-Coastal Radio, Big Rip. Shout out to Rob C and the Petty Podcast and
Yes, sir.
you know what I mean, Goldie One and Blue Loco with Corner Boy Radio. All that at y'all.
Villa
We'll
Cuda
be seeing y'all
Radio.
soon. Yeah, Villa
Sir.
Cooler. For sure. We will be seeing y'all soon. Y'all gonna it's a new day, motherfuckers. It's a brand new day, so get ready.
All right,
Definitely
now.
get ready.
There it is. Let's go.